Hi everyone, it's Keren here from tuppencecoloured.co.uk. Thank you for joining me. Today's project is something a little bit different. Christmas is on the way, so this time I'm showing you this cute little bauble, which is a little plastic bauble that you can buy from craft shops. Very inexpensive, very easy to do, and of course the beauty of it is that at the end of the year, if you're not happy with it or you're bored with it, then you can just take it all apart and next year you can have something different. Very, very easy and straightforward to do, so if you stick with me, I'll tell you what I did. I've got my piece of Whisper White card, onto which I've traced two circles, which are a little bit larger. Not sure if you can see, that's flaring a bit. Just about a little bit larger than my finished bauble, and I've got two half circles of. You can see the state of my hands. I've been practicing. I've got two half-inch circles of post-it note material, and I'm going to put them on to my circles in roughly the same place, and I'm going to do some sponging. So I'm going to start with Marina Mist. Press those down. And I'll start with the Marina Mist so that it looks like that's a moon. That's going to be a moon, and that looks like the moonlight is nearest to it. So just a little bit of that, and now I've got some Pacific Point, and I'm going to go all over the Pacific Point and with the Pacific Point, and I'm going over the edges of the circle as well, because remember, all of that is going to be die cut. We're not going to see that, so I could have die cut out the circles first, and when I made my prototype I did cut out the circles first, but I found that it was quite difficult to hold on to them without getting even messier than I usually do, and also it was quite easy to kind of go over the edge and make it crumple. So I decided that this time I would leave it in the paper. I'd leave it in one piece of paper and I'd come back to it afterwards. Right, now I've got some Night of Navy, and you want a quite generous amount on here, and I'm trying to keep the Night of Navy around the edge of where the circle's going to be die cut. Let's move that around. Sorry if things are bouncing around a little bit. I'm trying to keep away from that that Marina Mist in the middle. My Night of Navy might need a bit of re-inking actually. I'll have to attend to that later. Okay, so just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And last of all, I've got some, put that out of the way, I've got some Elegant Eggplant, and I'm going to keep this around the very, very edges, I hope. Trying to see where my circles are. I'm just trying to keep that just around the very, very edges here. Just the edge of the sponge and just working around, and I'm going to go back with the, where is it, the Marina Mist, my lightest colour in the middle here, just to make things blend and be all lovely. Okay, there we go. So that ought to do it. There's quite a lot of ink on the card, so I'm now going to go away and I'm going to leave that to dry, and I'll see you in a while. Oh, look at the state of my nails, isn't that shocking? See you soon. Bye. Right, that's had plenty of time to dry and to set, and I've die cut it out with a circle die, and I've stamped on the background in Whisper White, and I've used this stamp, which is from the Gorgeous Grunge stamp set, and now I'm going to give it a bit of bling. So I've got my Versamark ink pad, and I'm inking up my my stamp, and I'm just going to stamp just the once. 3, 2, 1. Turn the silicone mat over the other way, and I've got my iridescent ice Stampin' Emboss powder. So that's going over the top. Oops. Okay. And if you can see that, but that's giving it a little bit of bling. So I'm going to go and heat set that, and I'll be back in a moment. Now the houses at the front, I want them to stand a little bit proud, so I'm going to put these up on some dimensionals so that they just stand up a little bit. To save myself time, if I bring this one in, this is one that I did earlier, just to save myself a little bit of time, and I stuck that one down with silicone glue. But obviously that's going to take a little bit longer to set. But you use whatever makes you happy. There are no rules. Nobody will come and knock at your door and ask you why you used one or the other. I'm going to tilt that a little bit so that I've got a nice overlap. Yeah, and there's the other part of my bauble. Okay, right. Now I'm going to glue these back to back, but because I want, where's that gone? This is a bit of wax paper that came off the dimensionals, and I'm going to put a bit of sticky tape. Oops, I want to make sure that it's at the top of my picture. So that's my up and down, and I'm going to put my tape there, and just so that this is just ordinary sticky tape that you buy at the stationers or in the supermarket. It's nothing fancy, it's just ordinary tape, and I'm going to put that bit of it onto the wax tape so that it stops it from sticking to everything. Okay, so now I'm going to stick these two baubles together. I'm going to use Tombow for speed, and I want to make sure that they are both facing in the same direction, because it would be a bit of a disaster if one was that way and the other one was that way. That wouldn't be good at all. That would not be good at all. Okay, right. Right, so I'm going to bring in my bauble, which I bought from the craft shop. Came in a box of 4. This size did. I think this is about the largest size that they come in, that I've seen anyway. And they just twist apart. Ooh, that was a horrible noise. And there's a little recess, you see, inside the bauble there. And that's on the inner surface of the bauble. And it meets up with another little groove, which is this one is on the outer surface of the bauble. Okay, so when you stick your embellishment, your decoration in, you want to make sure that your sticky tape, right, that's the sticky side, is going to go onto the top of the bauble on the bit where the groove is on the outside of the surface, if you follow me. Okay, so I'm just going to stick that on there, and I'm just going to let that go, and that is now sitting nice and tidily inside my bauble. Now I could, if I wanted to, use something like silicone glue or something like that to hold it in place, and if I did that it would be permanent. But just for speed now, I may well, and afterwards I may well go back in and put some silicone in there just to make it permanent. But that is my pretty bauble. So just to finish it off, I've got some of our silver cord, which is new in the annual catalogue this year, and I'm just going to cut off a length of it, and I'm going to thread that through the loop at the top of the bauble and tie a knot. And then I'm going to tie a knot, just an overhand knot at the other end of the cord. She says, oh dear, things do not want to play tonight. They really don't. Okay, there we are. And there's my bauble, all ready to hang on the Christmas tree. 3, 2, 1. So there it is, my finished bauble, and it's all ready to hang on my Christmas tree. And Christmas will be here before we know it. So thank you for joining me. I do hope you've enjoyed this project. I would love it if you want to know more about me. You can visit my blog. Details are underneath the video. You can give me a like. I'd love that. I'd love it if you'd leave me a comment, but I'd really love it if you'd come back and join me next time. See you soon. Bye bye.